Hey everyone, happy Tuesday. No, Wednesday. It's Joe, and it's time for Puck It with Joe over here on Sports Grid, a Sports Grid TV. I want to thank you guys all for joining me today. Small slate on the board today. We've only got those 3 games, so we're going to go over all of those games, break them all down, and give you my best bets in all of them. So thank you guys so much for joining me here today. We're going to start off with the first game here between the Montreal Canadiens and the Columbus Blue Jackets. Now, all odds are over at FanDuel if you're looking for the odds I'm giving out. Looking at this one, the Montreal Canadiens coming in at plus 108. The Columbus Blue Jackets at minus 130. The favorite here at home, total 6.5. Now, this 6.5 is juiced to that over at minus 120. If you like the under in this one, at minus 102. And if you like Columbus for a big win on that puck line, you are getting value laying the 1.5 goals at plus 188. Montreal, I can't get behind on that puck line. Plus 1.5 is just too juicy. Reverse puck line, maybe. I do think this team has the opportunity of winning this game. Looking at the goalie matchup, Elvis is confirmed here for the Columbus Blue Jackets. And we know this team has been rolling hot as of late. Montreal has been showing their struggles. They are off that loss to the LA Kings, in which they got shut out. Now, the Kings did win that one 4-0 back on the weekend. It was a terrible game for the Montreal Canadiens. They were unable to basically get a shot on goal in that first period. So this is a game I expect that bounce back, and expecting that bounce back, especially with Sam Montembeault in goal. He's a goalie that I actually do have that faith and have that trust in, you guys. He's coming in with a 2.81 goals against average, a save percentage of 0.908. Now, his save shots on goal tonight's coming in at 28.5 at minus 110 to the over. I will be hitting that. You look at the Columbus Blue Jackets, they are averaging 30.6 shots on goal per game. The Montreal Canadiens allowing 34.5. I do think if this team wants to win this, we don't see that lockdown on defense. We see them offensively stepping up. So I do think Sam Montembeault is going to be peppered with those shots. I expect at least 35 shots on him tonight, and do not expect him to let in more than 4 at the most. I can see this being a 4-3 or 5-4 kind of score. I do think Montreal can get the win in this one. So give me Sam Montembeault for his save shots on goal over 28.5. Give me the Montreal Canadiens here on the money line at plus 112. I also think when you look at this one, you got to look at Cole Caulfield here for the anytime goal for the Montreal Canadiens. I think you can also look at the Columbus Blue Jackets here, Bonjenner for the points over half a point, and Johnny Gaudreau for his points on the power play. We're going to look at Johnny Gaudreau points on the power play. That's coming in at plus 220. Now, this team has a decent power play here. The kill isn't the best for the Montreal Canadiens, so I could see him converting. I think you can also look at Montreal's team total. You're getting plus money on their team total over 3.5. That over 3.5 coming in at plus 136. So I do think there's an opportunity to make money in this game, and lots of plus money in this game. When I'm looking at this and where I feel the most confident, you guys, it is in Montreal to be able to get the win, and Sam Montembeault to be able to go over this 28.5 save shots on goal. I absolutely love that. We did see Montreal get the last win 4-3. So there is a chance of the Columbus Blue Jackets answering back in this one. Now, they're off that big win over the Boston Bruins. So if they're able to beat the Boston Bruins, we know they could beat the Montreal Canadiens. But my problem here is Columbus just hasn't been efficient as I'd like them to be. Now, they've got a great kill, 89.2%. But Montreal, off that embarrassing loss in the last one, like I said about this team, young, hard, fast team, I like what we're seeing out of them. And I can't trust in the Columbus Blue Jackets to be able to come out strong offensively in each and every game. They're allowing too many opportunities, allowing too many shots on goal. So I can't get behind them. Let's look at the next one. The next one should be interesting. We have the Detroit Red Wings taking on the New York Rangers. Now, odds on this one, the Rangers a $2 favorite, minus 205 here on the money line, plus 168 here for the Red Wings, total 6.5. Now, that 6.5 is juiced to the under at minus 132. And honestly, I'm a little worried about this total with that under a 6.5. I could see a situation where this one went to OT. Now, the strong trends to that under. So if you want to back the under 6.5, it's the way I was first looking at this game. seeing confirmation of Huso in net does give me a little bit of worry here for this total staying under it. We know the Red Wings have been strong at getting those goals, and the New York Rangers off that embarrassing game in the last one versus the Buffalo Sabres, where they are only able to find the back of the net once. And with Igor's frustrations in that, I look at Igor and I think he should be able to lock down. Will Huso be able to lock down is my biggest question mark with this total. Huso coming in with a 3.47 goals against average, a 0.888 save percentage. Now, Igor Shesterkin in here has a 2.59 goals against average, a 0.914 save percentage. My problem is in that last game for the New York Rangers, Igor faced 38 shots on goal and he did allow 4. Now, when we look at that loss 5-1, there was an empty netter in there, so Igor didn't let in that last goal. But I do think defense really needs to lock down in front of him, allowing 38 shots on Igor Shesterkin. He was clearly frustrated at the end of that game. I think his defense does step up in this. Now, this is a defense that's only been allowing 29.7 shots on goal per game, seventh best kill in the league at 86.2. Looking at the Detroit Red Wings here, this team has been getting those shots on goal. They're averaging 30.4. They've got one of the highest shooting percentages in the league and the 8th best power play. So they're going to have those opportunities. So my question mark is, can Igor stand on his head in this one? Instead of looking at any goalie props, looking at this total, I'm going to look at the New York Rangers. I think off of that loss at home in the Garden, they are the right side in this one. I'm going to look at them in that first period. You guys know I love turning to that first period, especially on the puck line. I'm going to take them first period puck line minus a half a goal. That's coming in right around plus 128. So I'm going to hit that there. I also think if you like the New York Rangers to get the win, which I do, instead of going into the puck line for the full game, you can look at Chris Kreider here to score a goal and parlay that with the Rangers to get the win. When we parlay those two together, you're almost getting 2-1 for your money. So you're taking a minus 200 here, and you're taking a goal scorer, which I do have faith in Chris Kreider to come out strong. He has 13 goals, including 7 of those on the power play. So I like his ability to come out. You got to take him for the goal. You got to parlay that with the Rangers to get the win, and you're getting plus 192 on FanDuel right now. So I do like looking at that angle. Now, Adam Fox is back for the New York Rangers. So it's huge for him to be back. He's a strong defenseman here. Now, Kakko is out, and I believe he's on the long-term injured reserve. That terrible knee injury versus the Sabres, it just looked awful. If you watched the game, you would have seen it. I can't see him coming back this season. It looked terrible. Now, we know the Red Wings should have a morale boost here. They picked up Patrick Kane. He will not be on the ice tonight. We'll see when he comes back. Now, if you don't know the history between Patrick Kane and Alex DeBrincat, they played together with the Blackhawks for what felt like a million years. He will be a good veteran coming into this team, and he will give the Red Wings the opportunity. I've taken them this past week as soon as this was announced to make the playoffs. You can still hit on that right now. It was right around minus 102 when this announcement came out, and I do think it's a great thing to jump on. I really like what we've seen out of the Red Wings so far this season, and while they started off really hot and have cooled off a little bit here, they still have a high shooting percentage. They got a strong power play. They have all the weapons, and you add Patrick Kane to this lineup, and I think this is a very strong game. A very strong team. Now, if you're looking for player props here for the Red Wings, I'd look at Alex DeBrincat. You can take him over a half a point. So for the anytime point, minus 135. He has 20 points on the season, and he scored 5 points in his last 6 games. So I do think looking at Alex DeBrincat is a solid way to go in this one. Again, not too in love with this total. I do think it comes to the under, but has strong possibility if both of these goaltenders do not stand on their heads to the over. And yes, Adam Fox back, and I'm absolutely loving the puck line plus 1.5. It would be a good way to look. The puck line plus 1.5. We look at the Red Wings strong on that puck line, 6-2 on the road. I'm just not seeing enough value for myself. I can't get there with a minus 152, but I understand if you can. This should be one of those sort of games where it is really tight. And yeah, Patrick Kane, we're still waiting to find out when he will hit the ice with this team. Hopefully, it's within the next week here that he does hit the ice. They're still listing him as out for his injury, but he has joined this team, and we'll see when he gets back on. Okay, guys, one more game here. The Washington Capitals taking on the LA Kings. Looking at current odds right now on FanDuel, the Washington Capitals plus 180, the LA Kings minus 220, total 6.5. Juice to that under at minus 140, to the under at plus 114 to the over. Now, the reason why I believe this one should stay under the total is I don't think Washington will be able to score a lot of goals in this game. Now, Cam Talbot is who's expected, and I want to see if there is any props right now over on FanDuel. Yeah, Cam Talbot, his number coming in at 25.5. Charlie Lindgren on the other side of the puck for Washington here at 28.5 is his number. Now, in this one, Cam Talbot, I do think, has the possibility of getting the shutout. And I was just trying to see if I can get this on FanDuel. So if you're wondering what I'm looking at, that is what I'm looking at. I am not seeing the possibility of a shutout here for Cam Talbot. If you can get Cam Talbot on your books to get that shutout, I think this is a prime opportunity for him to do so. The Washington Capitals just haven't been impressive offensively. Their power play is one of the worst in the leagues, only converting on 5.7%. This team is averaging 2.33 goals per game, 29.2 shots on goal. And we look at what the LA Kings have been able to do this season. This team is first at their goals allowed on defense, only allowing 2.37 goals per game. They're fourth overall in the league at limiting opponents' abilities to get those shots on goal, only allowing 27.7. I do think this defense plays a major impact in this game, and Cam Talbot could get the shutout. So let me know if you're getting the shutout on your books. It's not on FanDuel, and what value you're getting, because I would absolutely sprinkle a little bit of money on it. Either way, I do think Washington has a low scoring day. Their team total is coming in at 2.5, minus 118 on FanDuel to the under 2.5. And that's the only way I could take this total here. I am worried that the LA Kings will capitalize on Charlie Lindgren. And while he has been strong in some situations, I just don't trust the kill here of Washington either. The kill's at 78.2%. But I do think with the strong power play hitting at 20.8% here for the Kings, they will be able to capitalize. Now, this is the first night of a back-to-back for the Washington Capitals as well. They want to get this win tonight. Tomorrow, they face the Ducks, so I do think they have more struggles again tomorrow. They've lost their last two. They did lose that game to the Sharks 2-1, and if they're only able, and this is a huge factor, put up one goal on the San Jose Sharks, this is why I think Cam Talbot could get the shutout here. Now, I do like what we've seen out of Washington. This team has had their glimpses of great hockey, and we've seen them be able to put up the goals on some better teams. But I do think in this one, Kings are so undervalued on a day in and day out situation that I think they can get the big win. I'm looking for the LA Kings to cover the puck line in the first period, laying the half a goal in the first period on the LA Kings is plus 130. Now, I also think I like the first period the best, but I also think the full game, a puck line is a great situation to look at. 2 for the LA Kings, laying the half a goal, or sorry, the goal and a half is plus 122. We look at them at home, they're sitting 5-5 on that puck line overall in the season, 12-7 on that puck line. And I know the Kings have been better on the road, but against the Washington Capitals, I think they have this one. The Washington Capitals 3-3 on that puck line on the road, and 7-11 overall. Now, if we're looking at goal scorers here, we know Ovechkin has been able to get those goals on the board and the points on the board for the Washington Capitals, 12 points on the season. This team has no power play points in the month of November. We're already the 29th. So I'm not looking at Washington for any of their points, any of their goals. If you want to look at the LA Kings here, and this is why I don't like the full game to the under. Trends support the under, and I think Washington's team total goes under, but I don't have faith in Lindgren to stop the strong offense here of the LA Kings. So if I was leaning on a Kings team total, I would lean on the over 3.5, but I don't love it, you guys. I think the Kings could push this game over themselves as long as they limit the Washington Capitals' ability to get these shots on goal, and Cam Talbot comes out like he does. Kempe here has 20 points on the season. And I think he definitely is someone you have to look at to be able to come out and get the points, and Kopitar here for the points as well. So looking at both of those guys, I would look at them for the goals, for the points tonight in this one. This defense will control the game, and I could see it being a very low scoring game, but I still think in a low scoring game that they cover that puck line. I could see this being 3-0 for the LA Kings, 2-0 for the LA Kings, or at worst 3-1 for the LA Kings. So that's why I could see this one going over that total of the team total for the LA Kings. If that fourth goal comes up with the empty netter, I'm just not willing to bank on it. So, you guys, that's what I'm liking on this beautiful Wednesday slate. Cam Talbot for the shutout over there at plus 607. I love it. I really do think Cam Talbot has the ability to get the shutout today. You're laying down the puck line, laying a 1.5. I love it. Got the Rangers and the Kings sprinkle. I do like the Rangers and the Kings both to come out and get the win. The shutout you're getting on DK for plus 1-8, plus 1-800, plus 800. I absolutely love it. And the Rangers and the Kings. I like where you guys are going. Kings laying the 1.5, getting minus 142. What are you getting the minus 142 on? But you guys, that's it. We have 3 games today. Absolutely a loaded slate tomorrow. So we're going to be here for a long time tomorrow. So make sure you hit that like button and hit that retweet button. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Make sure you go over and check out the Sports Grid app. If you haven't already, you can follow all of your hosts and all of my shorts, all of my videos on my best bets in the NFL and everything else happening is over there. So go on over, check it out, follow your favorite hosts, and I will see you back here tomorrow at 5:30 Eastern. We'll go over all of the games on tomorrow's slates, giving you my best bets in each and every one of those games. You guys have a fantastic day. Let's make some freaking money. You are so welcome. We'll see you back here tomorrow, you guys. Goodbye.